Oh, obviously I haven't done one of these in a while because I didn't do the intro like an idiot. So bear with me. So what's up, everybody? Thanks for hopping on here with me tonight. Certainly excited to hang out with everybody. Got some pals I'm going to be hanging out with tonight as well. Some familiar faces to you guys. If you know me, you probably know them. I'm going to come on here for about an hour or so and just kind of chat it up with everybody. Um, so basically, tonight and tomorrow night, kind of just celebrating hitting 25,000 subscribers, 2 years doing YouTube, a lot of ups and downs and learning. I mean, I still learn something new every day. It's a weird thing to do for sure, to like present videos and do lives and stuff like that. So just want to come on, hang out with some friends of mine. These guys are both special to me. I chat with them as often as I can. They both have YouTube channels as well. We all kind of share the same information, but in different ways. So just some different personalities for you guys. And we've been told by very closed panelists that are very biased that we might be some of the best looking guys in audio. So, I mean, without further ado, let's welcome my brothers Joseph and Don. What's up, my boys?
Dude, I am totally one of the best looking guys in audio, which really ain't saying much, but
Yeah, that panelist that we paid to say that, they did a great job. So
yeah. So hi everybody. Sorry I've been on a little hiatus, moved and was paralyzed and come back
life is crazy, has ups and downs, but we're all here hanging out, and that's obviously that's what it's
all about.
We
Yep.
So Joseph from Sciphonics Audio, and then Digital Dunn, you guys are both probably aware of, but if you follow any of our channels, we've all got stuff going on all the time, and let's just start with you, Joseph, because I was actually just looking at your channel before I went on live. You literally just got some new toys, and you're probably like, "Oh, I can't wait to get off here to go play with them."
Well, I won't be able to play with them tonight because I've got restricted timelines on everything. I'm still sharing my space right now, so that room is constantly transforming between being in use and then being hospitable. So that's been going on for most of the year. So right now it's tucked away. I've got it. The thing is, anything that's new and doing content, if I don't shoot and capture the content before anything changes, it's kind of like a waste in a way. It's like, here's an opportunity to share this, my experiences with this, do a comparison. So I got it unboxed. I finally broke the news. Everybody's been waiting for me to tell them what's coming down the pipeline. So I did that part, but now it's tucked away, and now I'm going to have to do the evaluation and swap tomorrow, including cables and a bunch of other stuff. So
I was actually, I'm not gonna lie, I was super surprised because I was just watching your video the other day of people stopping by to listen to your towers, and then I seen new speakers there, and I was like, hold on, did I miss so that was a quick turnaround time from the guy that came by and listened to it. So it's cool to see you with some new toys. I'll obviously be looking forward to your thoughts on, and you're going to still use the Buckeye amps to power those, correct?
yes, I feel like those are such a sweet spot for the price and what they're capable of doing, because I've got some of the older, like the Gen 1 Purify boards in mind, but they've also got the updated current, high current capacity plus the capacitor board. So they're not, that kind of model isn't available anymore. It's only the Gen 2 stuff that he's got. So I feel that they're such a sweet spot and they do such a great job. I'll probably keep them indefinitely because I don't see anything coming close to that.
Yeah, super low distortion and pretty much unlimited power. So, I mean, what else could you want? Brother Dunn, he's out playing Wilderness Man and feeding horses and shooting guns and skydiving and amateur stripping, man. Awesome.
Chunking Dales, full figure male exotic stripping. So yeah, I've had quite a journey this year.
Yeah,
doing good. So I just I've been working in private aviation, covering the technology in private aviation, which is fascinating. Coming to find out, most of it's stuck in 2010. And there's a couple companies. There's one company I went on a couple of their private planes, and they got high res audio, 4K video. And then I just accepted a position with a company called Atlanta Home Theater in the management role. I swore I wouldn't go back to being integration, but I went and met these people and their team, and they just blew me away. Their showroom blew me away. I've never seen a showroom like it. Their client-centric approach, how much they care, how much design they do. Matt Pose works with them. He's one of my dearest friends. I'm just blown away. I was like, yeah, I'd love to come be a part of the team. So, and I got a bunch of equipment here on the way to review. I've got some big reviews I'm working on, like for the Actress product, which is I still can't understand why it's not at the top tier. It's an amazing product. I mean, I think it's the best sounding surround pre-pro on the market, to be honest with you. I was a Trenoff dealer, and I love Trenoff and the Storm. That's a great product. Matt Trinklin and that crew. But man, this Actress just sounds so good, dude. Like, I mean,
Nice.
it's a surround processor. You could put in a 6-figure 2-channel system and be completely happy. It's that good. Then I'm working on several other reviews. I'm going to do a whole expose on cables. This from my boy Gene, and because cables do matter. And F you if you don't believe me.
I do agree with you, Don, because I know a lot of people go back and forth. So I went to my processor and I pulled the power cable out. Sucks, dude. Sucks without the cable. Fucking
All right,
bullshit.
well, just stick a coat hanger in it. Listen, y'all, everybody now acts like 50, 60 years of audio is just, that's all stupid stuff. No break-in on stuff. Come on, dude. Really? Why? Because some YouTube guy comes up and says, whoa, can't measure. Whoa. No. So whatever. You believe what you want to believe. You go watch somebody else. I don't care. I'm just going to tell you like it is.
Yeah. That kind of topic reminds me, and I always say the same thing as a punchline to people. I just say Copernicus. And then just walk away. And be like, well, if you guys don't know history and don't know what that's about, then
look, I'm not doing it to get clicks. I'm doing it because I believe it, and I'm just going to give my view of it. It's not like, what's this one new guy, this dude that's like ragging on every influencer, Midnight Cowboy or Midnight Talk, or you guys are really
Midnight Cowboy might be something you're watching on cinema
I don't know.
tonight after
He's
this.
I get him all mixed up.
I'm not typing into my phone Midnight Cowboy. I don't know what's going on.
yeah, I don't want that in my search history.
Yeah.
Not what you said last night. No, it's good to hear.
That's for Patreon members only.
I like the base brings us together tribe because they're not so uptight arguing about stupid stuff.
Well, no, I wouldn't have them over. I wouldn't be part of it. So basically, what we wanted to do is just bring people together for the positive, the hobby, not just a hobby, the life in general needs positivity and just good people involved.
I agree.
We've never had one argument in our house or at an event, and if they would, we'd just ask them to leave. I mean, that's
no, dude. I mean,
you can then start your own channel, your own events, and stuff that you believe in. But our whole thing is just believing and having a good time. So
if you have to base what you're doing or your attitude on hating on somebody else, dude, I don't really care to know you.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
like we're not talking about curing cancer here. It's stereos and surround sound. And it's supposed to be fun, but you think people were arguing politics or something? It's just I don't understand it.
So gentlemen, as part of this being so for anybody here that's wondering where Kat's at, if you want to hang out with me and Kat and celebrate our 2-year anniversary of YouTube, she'll be with me at the Maximum Pressure event in Michigan next Friday night. She just, because of the way that the channel has gone, of just she likes audio and that, but she just doesn't get into talking about that a lot. So if you come to our house for an event, she's here hanging out with everybody. We're going to events. She's there hanging out. Just she's not comfortable being on camera talking about a lot of stuff that she doesn't really know about. So I want to talk to you guys though, because we all obviously have YouTube channels, and part of this event tonight is just us talking about that. I want to know from you guys, because we've all been having our channels for some time now, of what you like and what you don't like about having your YouTube channel. Because I get asked that question fairly often of people asking me, "Hey, I want to start a YouTube channel, but does it suck? Is it a pain? Is it worth it?" I just want to go. I'll start off while you guys are thinking. If you want to start a YouTube channel because you want to make money, go get a job at McDonald's or Burger King or something. If you just want to make some money, it's unless you get lucky, and you just can hit it off quick and go viral and do stuff like that. But if you want to do it for like super meaningful content that you're very passionate about, you have to do it for that reason. And somebody throws you a 20 here or there, basically. Like it's, I do it because it helped building my community, our brand, my friendships, the reach, and it's something I enjoy. So I don't look at it as so much as work. I'm my worst critic. I think a lot of my videos suck because me and Joseph were talking beforehand. Like for me, like maybe my attention span isn't long enough to do hours of editing and stuff. I try to get the gist of it over to people. Some people like that approach, some people don't. But
yeah, the simplicity of what you do is, the key. I mean, kind of like Michael started out. He's honest. You're just honest, man. And if you're into this for money, you're in the wrong business. Yeah, I've never taken a nickel from a manufacturer once. Ever.
No, I'm just talking about YouTube itself.
Oh,
like, so, yeah, so me and Joseph were talking about, depending on the month we have, it's like $200 to $400 a month for me on here. But so, and I just told Joseph, I said, I spend $50 a month on StreamYard. So let's take that out of the equation right away. But I just want people, because people think, oh, just because you have a YouTube channel, you're going to get free stuff. Well, any one of us could probably reach out to a manufacturer for something that we want to review, but that still takes a lot of your time.
Well, yeah, until you got to send it back, and you get a big set of speakers in. You take them, you set them up, you dial them in, you listen to them, and I take them in different rooms. A lot of work, man. And then you got to box them up, send them back, and it's dude. So many people just are talking about stuff they don't know about. They really are. I mean, and that's just the internet, dude. You're a paid shill. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
now, before we move on to what Don thinks of YouTube, if anybody from JVC is watching this, I'll take a laser projector, and I have no problem with telling everybody that, hey, JVC was awesome and sent me this projector. I will do that. So, but I don't think that's going to happen.
It's really hard to find a bad product anymore. I mean,
well, yeah, because Epson, JVC, everybody's fighting against each other. Better value, better product. Yeah, I've seen great projectors from so many different brands.
Yeah, Sony's great. There's so many good products out, man. I just reviewed the Stark $750 pair of bookshelves. These things rock. Like most anybody would be happy when they play loud. I mean, like I don't know, dude. What do you got your Aaron's, and Aaron is probably one of the most honorable people I've ever met. He still gets crap, and he's giving you all the goods on it, and what he's doing is awesome. I'm giving you subjective opinions based on 30 plus years of doing this for a living,
Well, you're only 39 years old, Don. So how do those numbers work?
I do look young. I started very early. I was a pool boy. I had audio. No, I just enjoy it. I like giving my opinion on stuff. I'm going to get more into the integration side and control systems and whatnot. But people can decide for themselves. I tell anybody, if you don't believe me, buy a plane ticket and come to my house, and I'll show you. Like that usually shuts them up.
So Joseph, you've obviously been. So I would say that out of me, Don, and Joseph might be the most active on his YouTube channel. Especially as of lately too. You said you've been going live like twice a week or so.
Yeah, I missed yesterday because the speaker swap, and then I had delivery of the new stuff, so I missed the live yesterday. But I've been doing Tuesdays and Thursdays every week, doing live for about an hour when I'm home from work, and that's how I'm splitting the schedule here at home. Where I have time at home to do it, then I'm doing that more so. And I was doing Fridays and maybe Friday evenings and Saturdays every week, plus some videos mixed in. So just trying to make something that's interesting and trying to think about something that isn't already out there, a product that's not already talked about. I mean, we have a lot of friends in this space, and they all talk about a lot of different stuff at different levels and from different perspectives. And I'm trying to navigate where my channel fits in, where I'm not doing something that they're doing and I'm not repeating what they're saying already. In an interesting way, because I don't consider myself at their level. And I'm aware of them because I watch like 50 or 60 different YouTube people in the audio space. And I don't know that anybody else does that. I might be the only nerd that actually watches all of them for whatever content's possible. I don't pick and choose sides. I just listen to everything. So when I'm trying to make content, I'm thinking about not just what I'm making. And to go back to one of your original questions was, what do I think about doing YouTube in the hobby? And does it suck? Does it this and that? And part of it lately for me, I'm going to say yeah, because thinking about doing content and in a space where the public is watching and you're trying to make it satisfying and you're trying to make it appealing, in trying to do that work, it's taking away from my enjoying the hobby, where I just used to enjoy the hobby. I could listen to it on my own. I started my live stream today by saying, hey, YouTube. And I'm like, I'm not talking to the program. I'm not talking to the web page. I'm talking to people. So it's like, if I wasn't doing it for the people or the audience of any kind, whether they like it or not, I would just be sitting at home without my phone in my hand. I'd just be enjoying it on my own. Didn't have to share anything, good, bad, whether they agree with it or not. I mean, that's work. That's putting yourself in the public eye and willing to take on whatever criticism and whatever else happens from the internet. You're exposed that way. And I don't know that everybody can say that they'd be willing to do that, but that's an amount of work that does take away from just enjoying your time with, some music at home. We don't have to film it, but we choose to.
Yeah, it is a very strange world, because I used to find myself in my free time coming downstairs to watch movies. Now my free time with the hobby is either giving demos to people that are coming by or doing a live or making a video. Like, it's the hobby's now me enjoying the hobby with everybody instead of me enjoying the hobby for myself. And it just, it almost feels like there's no going back from that, just because as soon as I get done watching a movie or something, I'm like, well, now I got to go share my thoughts and let other people know, like, don't waste your time, or that's awesome, or the Atmos was good, or it sucked, or the bass sucked, or I share with other buddies that I'm in Discords with, of like, oh, you guys need to check out at 53 minutes, like the bass in that scene is insane. You should. So it's really weird as you're watching the movie. You can't, I mean, I can't get lost in the movie anymore because I'm thinking of so much other stuff I need to do with what I'm watching.
Right. It's not just the joy of it anymore. For creators, you're like, there's always two minds. You have one that's trying to enjoy it and does. I mean, we do listen to music and just enjoy it. It still feels great.
Are we listening to music, or are we listening to the gear?
Well, I would say I would definitely say both.
Yes,
but
yeah.
With the intent, with the back burner intent of content, it's like a burden that we volunteered for. So it's really strange. We're talking about being called a paid shill and all these other types of internet insults from people who have no clue what they're talking about. It's rough. I mean, you got to ignore it because, yeah, we're choosing to go through this and take on that kind of fire in the public space. I mean, can everybody say that they're doing that? I don't know.
I mean, I lost 27 seconds of sleep 2 years ago over it, but it was terrible. Who cares, dude? Like, it's the internet. I mean,
yeah,
be yourself, be honest. I enjoy it. I like getting out there. I just haven't been consistently pushing my channel. I'm going to go back doing my live stream on Audioholics weekly here soon. I like the crew over there. I did my own channel so I could kind of diverge into a few different things like the aviation technology, integrator technology and whatnot. But it's enjoyable. I'm not pushing to grow my channel. I mean, I will eventually. I have a lot of stuff in real life. I'm in the audio business. It's what I do for a living. So that's my first priority, is making money. This is always secondary, but it's cool to be able to share. It really is. Or,
Yeah.
And I like to address some of the stupidity that's put out by people that, have like a month's experience in this business, and they're talking like, shut up. Like, really? Wow, blah, 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 and the double feedback negative transformers will not. Okay, dude. It's like all the hate for Kaleidoscape. I still, that still kills me.
Did Kaleidoscape pay you to just say that?
Oh, man. Dude, that new.
I seen you check your phone and they just hit your Venmo. You're like, okay, Kaleidoscape's awesome.
Yeah. Name drop. Got money. Ching.
The only people that hate on Kaleidoscape are people that don't own Kaleidoscape.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
It's bad out.
I don't like it.
With Kaleidoscape, plenty of times it is awesome.
Why would you not want that? Like, I'll build a server.
The only problem I see with Kaleidoscape is it costs as much as a subwoofer, so I'll just buy a subwoofer.
Well, the only problem I see with Kaleidoscape is people are poor.
No, I just use my money to buy subwoofers. Yeah. It just fits the brand. I'm not Kaleidoscape brings us together.
Oh, Kaleidoscape tears people apart. I just don't. Yeah, like Brian and my boy Brian Hagar. Having a camera and a channel does not make you an expert at all. And there's a lot. I'd say the majority of guys that are on here aren't experts by any means.
Well, it's not even on here, Don, because I get into car channels and stuff too, and you see people talk about it's literally just people think they're experts of whatever they enjoy as their hobby. Like, it's unbelievable the kind of advice people give on cars, like from an automotive standpoint and stuff. It's just
what's the definition of an expert? I mean, somebody that gets paid very well because of their knowledge in audio on a real world basis, putting in
professional.
Yeah, I think people that are able to
for
provide facts, like facts, scientific facts.
I can comfortably say I'm an expert on audio, hands down. And it's not.
Well, I mean, you would have to be doing it that long. I mean,
yeah,
because you could only fake it for so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So it's funny is Aaron and I had this conversation about training your ear, listening to enough stuff to kind of. Obviously, instrumentation, microphones, a clipple. Nobody can hear that. An owl couldn't hear that. But I'm saying, when you heard enough systems in enough different rooms, you got a pretty good idea what good sounds like and what good doesn't sound like. So I don't know. People can choose to watch whoever they want, and believe whatever they want. I'm just going to come out and be honest. Like Joseph is. And you are too, Scott. I mean, that's the beauty. And like Michael's just honest. I'm so sick of people picking on Michael, dude. Michael's a good dude, man.
What you got to understand too is the more popularity you have, the more haters you're going to have. I mean, look why Clips gets hated on so much, just because they're they sell the most speakers out of it. The more that you're out there or whatever, the more you're going to get hate. Not that I'm saying Clips is good or bad. I'm just saying because they sell millions of speakers, of course you're going to get thousands of people that say they suck.
Yeah.
Well,
but I'm a fan of only certain models. But I mean, it's the same thing. Michael has, say, more subscribers than all of us, so obviously he's more susceptible to.
Well, they're like Michael's biased now. He sells audio. Well, first of all, man's got to make a living, right? You can't make. I mean,
well, first of all, we're all biased.
Well,
because we all choose the gear that we have in our
like
room.
what we like. We like what we like. But Michael used all this stuff before he went into business. So what?
Yeah.
So what? So what if Tech Enthusiasm, like this guy, sells the equipment? So what? He likes it. He's like, yeah, I might as well sell it, make money from it. It's kick ass. Like, who cares?
I was just talking to Michael about this the other day, because me and Michael talk fairly often, and I said, YouTube is just the new stereo review magazine. Back in the day, you would flip through your stereo review, and that's how you got your advertisement. That's how you learned about new gear. That's how you got reviews, is you would read through magazines, like audio, video magazines. Now, YouTube, we just get that same information a different way. If we weren't talking about the gear, how would anybody ever know about it?
Well, I don't know. There's a whole lot of grandstanding in this business. The effervescent flavor it spread across the room and surrounded me, and it reminds me of this time in 1964. Blah blah blah. And then shut up, dude.
That's what
Is it rock?
intelligence is for.
Is
You
it
can
jam?
filter
Is it
it.
frank? Is it clean? Is it like that's the terms I like to use? Like this thing rocks, man. It's a great. Is it perfect? No, but you don't have 14 other speakers in the same room. There's no perfect speaker. There's no perfect room. I just, get a bunch of opinions. Try to listen to it. That's smart. That's this direct to consumer thing is I think is really gonna help audio a lot. At the consumer grade level, the SVSs, Jeff, and Arendal, some of the other companies out there. You get a return policy. Get it? You don't like it? Send it back. I mean, Paradigm ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean? And I love Paradigm stuff, but they could. I don't know, man. And it's just been weird since these tariffs and stuff kicked in. The whole audio industry's not in the healthiest stage right now.
Well, I think just financially, it's hard for everybody for everything. Just a lot of challenges being presented. But on a better note, you were speaking about Audioholics, and I leave in exactly 1 month with the crew from Chicago, heading out to Florida to hang out with Gene and Pose and Youthman, and gonna road trip it up for
Nice.
a week.
When you're gonna stop and see me on the way, you better.
Can we go horseback riding?
I don't have any Clydesdales.
Oh, and speaking of visiting people, at Exmona next year, Joseph's going to make it down to my house.
Yep. Yeah, Exmona is definitely on my list to do. If I don't get the other two shows, we're talking about Capital. Don't know. I'd love to work that out. It's just accommodations that's the big part, and I'm not getting paid to do any of this, so it's like flights, accommodation, time off my day job. That's thousands of dollars. So as great as my photography might be, and as helpful as some of the videos might be, it's like no one's throwing money at you to do that stuff.
They
I
don't
mean,
see
some of them
value.
are, but
And they like to use it in their marketing. But
yeah, they love it when it's free, of course.
Yeah, they don't see the value in the work and the artistic part of it and all that. So I'm just gonna keep on trugging like you guys. I got a bunch of stuff coming. I'm gonna review. I'm gonna give it a fair shakedown. I mean, if something sucks, I'm gonna say it sucks. I mean, but it's just really hard to find a bad product in this modern market. It really is. Really
Depends
really
on how nitpicky you are. I find them all the time.
That's issue.
It's my unique autism is finding details in absolutely everything.
Yeah,
So,
I just like to jam, dude. Speakers sound good, they're clear. I don't know, man. I really don't. I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, and if it grows, it grows. I'm pretty sure it will. I got a bunch of videos I'm gonna be doing. The key is the editing.
yeah, it's great if somebody could do it for you. You wouldn't have to sit around and spend hours doing it. That's amazing.
I ain't got time to do it myself, man. I got lots going on. Got to get 5:30 in the morning to feed the animals.
Yeah, I'm up at 5 o'clock to go to my job. So then
Are
I
you?
come home and make videos and edit them myself if I have to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing with me. I mean, I get up at 4:45-ish, get out of the house by 5:30. I got to be in Chicago at 6:30, and then like tonight I got home like a half hour before I got on here to hang out with you guys. So
Yeah.
it's but I think we each have our own following for different reasons because we all present information in different ways, or we all have different experiences. Obviously Don has the industry field. I've specialized in the bass stuff. Joseph's doing a lot of 2-channel stuff and comparing speakers, amplifiers, preamps, stuff like. But what I like about your guys' personalities and some other people's in there is we're not trying to push anything on anybody, but we all still just is each one of us could get the same exact piece of equipment and we could all even say the same thing, but it's going to come out in 3 different ways. And
Yeah.
I think, silly llama.
Yeah. What about that?
Yeah. See, I'm like one of those birds. Oh, look, a shiny object. And I forgot what the hell I was doing. Are the 16 GTR touring subs you posted about yesterday going in your house, Scott? No, that is for a different project that I'm working on because I am pursuing for sound reinforcement. That will be a system that I put together for small venues, bars, to provide pretty much extreme EDM, low hertz, 20 hertz at 140 dB in small venues.
140 dBs.
Yeah, I want to kind of like like I was explaining to Joseph is we got so many people that want to come to the house for events and stuff like that is, well, this will have to be for paid events, obviously, because to me, all the money I spend on stuff in the house is fine because at the end of the day, I can still enjoy that myself. But if I'm buying stuff to throw events at other venues, that stuff needs to get paid for in a way, and ordering 100 grand worth of stuff needs to get paid for and not by me eventually. So I'll be throwing huge base events, but those will be monetary based. So like I was telling Joseph before we got on here, everything we do in our house will always be free to everybody because that's just our love for the hobby. I've never charged anybody. People offer us money for like food and like, oh, we know it costs a lot of money. No, if you're coming over, taking time out of your day, hang out with us. Yeah, your time is important to us, and I can appreciate that. But once we start stepping outside the house and stuff costs us money, it just unfortunately trickles down. So, no, that I'm going to be starting that in 2026. As of right now, so I'm not giving an exact date because I don't know, but when I throw our Base Brings Us Together event of 2026, which will probably be April, May, June-ish, somewhere in there, we'll do our all-day event like we do, but instead of that evening of a bunch of us going out shooting pool or having some drinks or something, we'll be going to another remote location, and I'll make a view of all that. It'll be set up for everybody to hear. So
nice.
So no, just it's funny because Kat goes, dude, you got so much stuff going on. Like now you want to do like, because I asked her before and I was like, dude, if you have anything bad to say about it, then let me know because I don't ever try to create nothing between her and I. She's like, no, I think it's a good idea and you're going to have a lot of fun. She's like, but how much stuff do you like want to do? I'm like, I want to do it all. Well,
yeah, all of it.
Yeah. I want to hang out with my friends. I want to base out it. I don't know, to go to like a 200 or 300 person venue and everybody that gets into EDM music and just slam them with stuff they've never heard before just sounds like a lot of fun to me. Call me a weirdo, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of weirdos there enjoying it with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's how it is. You find your audience, you know, like you're saying, we're all presenting in a different kind of way with a different personality, with a different method. And eventually, once it's out there, you know, with, you know, obviously some help and reach works to gather that audience. But once it's out there, you know, the audience just gravitates towards whatever you're doing. If you enjoy it and it's authentic to you, your audience will find it.
I've always wanted to do something like that, but I was always scared to pull the trigger on the investment. So once I seen how everything has been going so well with the house stuff and that people are actually gravitating towards having a good time and experiencing stuff like that. And, you know, I put the post yesterday and we had like 10 people instant message us, hey man, how much to rent you out for like an event with that stuff? Can you set it up? Because like I was telling Joseph, I want to calibrate everything. I want it to be a calibrated experience for people to enjoy at these events and give them low hertz stuff because me and Kat have been to a lot of events and everybody's doing 35 hertz and above. So to do something 20 hertz, different feeling, different experience. People love it at the house, so let's try it out in the wild.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's unique. We were saying before, live PA stuff is designed in a certain way to handle volume at, you know, a certain amount of time in the venues that reach in certain space, you know what I mean? So to do hi-fi that has the extra reach, the extra depths, it is more unique. So that experience would definitely be different from going to like a club space. Like bass bins for clubs do certain things, but hi-fi bass, the subsonic, like 15 hertz, you know what I mean? That's not usual for club spaces.
Yeah, where you're feeling a bunch of weird sensations that you're not, well, you're wondering why all your clothes are flapping, but it's not like hurting your ears because you're just not used to the super low frequency.
I got it though. You're gonna need Charmin to sponsor your events just in case.
So if we took Silly Llama's advice, guys, and we started a touring band, What do you guys excel at? I can play the triangle. What do you guys got?
I've played drums since I was 16, so I
So
got
we got a
that.
drummer. Don, what position of this band? So we got a drummer. We got a triangular. Or
Interpretive dance.
oh, okay. So we're like a
Triangle and drums.
bass.
It's drum and bass is what it is. That's the music. Drum and bass. We got that. I don't know how much bass you can get out of a triangle. Those are going to be some really big pipes to get bass out of a triangle.
I thought you played the skin flute, Scott.
Oh man.
Need a lot of hot air for those instruments.
Oh shit. Anyway, before the band and the skin flutes and everything else that was cool that was going on, what else is going on, fella?
Kind of took the steam out of it, didn't it? Just working. I'm getting ready. I'm going to Vegas week after next for the NBAA Private Aviation Show with a professional videographer, and I'm going to be reviewing and checking out, reporting back on audio, video, and control cabin technology for private jets, which is going to be really, really cool. Excited about that. Met with some clients today with a big 20 speaker Ascendo system, 418s and a 33, I think 33. It was really killer. I mean, just working a lot, working on myself, trying to get my full mobility back, trying to get my muscle strength back from the surgery. I'm busy constantly doing something. I don't sit still.
Your big TV show up yet, Don?
Not yet. I don't even. I reached out to Sony again. The guy's gone to the 8th, so we'll see. I'm supposed to be getting a motorized screen and a couple Epson projectors for review. Dropping, being an integrator, I'm going to drop in front of the 98, which is really cool. And I'm going to get some like distributed audio products, control system, some Divergent, some integrator centric kind of products, get to the bottom of what kind of remote's worth owning now, since Harmony went away, things like that are useful. And I got a bunch of audio products coming, a bunch of speakers.
And Joseph, are you cool with talking about some of the new products that you got in, or are you waiting to save that?
Well, the unboxing's out there. I'll probably do more in-depth stuff on it tomorrow, but I'll say this much. I returned a pair of Fosse amps. That's where my budget's at.
Well, why
$140 amps. Like, no, sorry, take them back. Awesome. They were too hot for me to even put my hand on. I'm like, I don't understand this. They're Class D. It's a separate power supply. They were on for 15 minutes, and I touched them, and they're like, this is going to smell like metal in a couple of minutes. What the hell is this? Immediately back in the box. I was like, this is nonsense. I don't buy Class D to create heaters in my space. So whether they sounded good or not, and I did a video on it and talked about the whole thing, like, no, these are not worth it. I've been buying Class D that are really efficient, so there's no extra heat in my space. And then to get these in here, like, they sound fine. They're dynamic. They sounded, like as I expected in the space that I tested. But even before really getting into it, they were way too hot. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. So that's my experience with those. So yes, on the Buckeye amps, I'm keeping them because they're as warm as maybe my hand at best. And that's after 3 hours blasting EDM and drum and bass on 4-ohm R&L towers. They were, they just don't get warm. They have an operating heat, and then that's it. They don't get any warmer than that for any reason, which is amazing. And they're only 8 pounds for 500 plus watts at 4 ohms. Class D is amazing.
Yeah, Class D is where it's at. I don't have any Class AB amps left. Sold the last one. So
yeah.
Why would you?
Yeah, nowadays, knowing what they can do, it's like, I know that there's a nostalgic I know that there's a technical aspect to it, the way that Class A switches or doesn't switch or whatever the technicals are. Yeah, all of that stuff. But like double blind test somebody and see if they can tell the difference on any of it, and then let's have that talk. So I mean, that's those amps are staying. But what I did get was a preamp and a streamer after lots of reviews, lots of asking questions, lots of like seeing what I really need, what actually works, what am I going to use, what am I not going to use, and then deals that I got. So I'm working with dealers here in the country.
You know what I did get in? I'm reviewing is the new Bowers and Wilkins PX8 S2 headphones. And these things are amazing.
Nice.
Can't believe how good they are. Can't believe how good they are. And you know, I'm a big Focal headphone guy. I haven't reviewed the new Batis, the new version of it, but these things are great. Like, it's amazing that a noise canceling wireless headphone can sound that good.
Yeah,
I
amazing.
agree too with the Class D. So in the theater, just only because the Class A, the Rotels that I've had for like 15 years, they'll power everything fine. They do heat up the room. They don't get hot, but they definitely get warm. And the one amp's like 100 pounds, so you can, it's adding heat to the room. I don't mind spending money, but like if it works great and sounds great, I don't like want to replace it. But like with the RTJs, I mean, I went with the Buckeye 2,000 watt mono blocks, but still same thing. We literally host events for 10 hours blasting those speakers, and then the amps they're either cold or just have that one temperature. There's like no in between.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah.
It blows my mind. They're like what 94% efficient amps.
Yeah.
With the power supplies and board that they have, it's crazy. I did a deep dive the other day talking about amps in general, and then when I've done so many lives, I forget what I'm even saying these days. There's no checklist of like what I'm doing. There's no such thing as a script. I'm like goldfish memory. I'll start and talk, and I'm excited about it. And it's all real, and then when I'm done, I'm like, what just happened? I have to look at my own video
to see what the hell you were talking about.
Yeah, I got to go back and make my chapters after the fact. It's like, what did I just say? Like, I hope it's all, just fill in the gaps.
It makes sense.
Well, I mean, the subscriber count goes up, and I get more regulars on a monthly basis, so I know something's working. Yeah. Speaking of Rotel, though, I did get a Michi preamp, which is a long time in the works because I've really appreciated their stuff for years, and it's so beautiful looking. That's the first thing.
It looks
50 pounds in a preamp, dual toroidal, custom wound power supplies, one for the digital board, one for the analog board. There's 2 XLR ins, 2 XLR outs, pairs of RCA outs, pairs of mono sub out. It's ESS 3028 DAC or something. I think those are the right numbers. It's a Series 2, so I know they had ACAM in the Series 1, which is, unfortunately that happened. So they upgraded the Series.
Replace your current? That's going to replace your current Rotel?
I had a Rotel to begin with. I think the 1590 Mark II, which was a Texas Instruments DAC. It's the highest line in their 15 series. I had that one, and that one had a problem, which I could not live with, but somebody else wanted it, so I sold that one. Then Hagel recently loaned me, and then I bought their P20 preamp, which is phenomenal, actually. I still have it in the room now.
Hegel's great stuff.
Really great stuff. And then I talked to Anders at Hagel about some of the technologies and how their sound engine works, and some of the, they have a lot of integrated stuff, and the integrateds are all built, the whole system's built together, and they've always sounded amazing. So I'm like, okay, let's try the preamp, because now I'm shopping for one and learning more about it. And then between there, I actually bought a topping L70 preamp, $450 preamp on Amazon, and that's Canadian Canuck dollars. And that one actually had better performance in one way than the Rotel did at a fraction of the cost. I was like, what the hell just happened? This is like a new standard for this, but I noticed that it didn't have the dynamics. So the Hagel shows up, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is better. it just opens up. There's more sparkle on everything. I was like, okay, this is what I really like from preamps. It should just get out of the way. I did a video on it, talked about a couple of things in and out, and I'm like, okay, this is nice, and I need a preamp in a different space anyways. What about something else? And that's how the Michi came around. I just had the opportunity, and I'm like, okay, this is going to have everything else that I need, the proper sub outs, proper inputs, all that kind of stuff. So I just sprung for it. I'm like, okay, let's go with it, because I work with my dealers in the area, and with everything being local and advertising, everything's worked in, and I'm getting what I like, and I can talk about it because it's truly what I'm after. It's not something that's just like, hey, do advertising for this, talk about it, and you can hold. There's no deal there. It's just I paid for it, so now it's mine. So I did that, but I also wanted a streamer a little bit better than the Weem Pro Plus. And I got the Pro Plus because of the DACs that are in it. It's AKM DACs in that one. And that's been fine, but there's not everything about it gets to a point where I can appreciate everything, like its functions. It's limited in function. So I ended up getting the Ever Solo A8 streamer, not as a preamp because I have the other preamp, but just as a streamer. And it has internal storage. It's got CD ripping capabilities. It's got all of the apps built in. It's got good DACs and good resistor ladder control if I needed a preamp for some reason. Built-in parametric EQ analyzing, room correction if I ever want to dabble with it.
Ever Solo is their app experience and functionality is, I think, the best in the business.
Nice.
I've tried them all. It's wonderful.
What's that streamer run for costs, Joe?
I think it's I don't even remember now.
$1,800, $2,000 maybe. More?
Yeah, over. I think it's over 2 here, 23 maybe in Canada.
Okay.
Something like that. So
like
it's.
$130 in US now.
Yeah. I mean, and those $2 amounts keep separating by a lot because our leader is a dipshit. Both of them back to back have been dipshits. And not to get into politics, but I'm on the Canadian side of thing over here. I think I'm safe. If we were in the UK, I'd be in jail already.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So Don, real quick too, because that preamp that you were talking about, that's the Accurus, correct?
Yes, sir.
So can you just fill me in a little bit, because I'm obviously familiar with the Trinov and Storm and Anthem and stuff like that, because I use Anthem.
So I'll just give you the elevator pitch.
Yeah,
it is
I don't know shit about it. Well, how many channels does it support? What's it do for
20 channels? It is literally over-engineered, hand-built in the U.S. Has tons of great features on it, but a lot of stuff that nobody uses or I just don't care for. It has its own proprietary room calibration system called Aspect. So basically, and this is cool about it, it's a Aspect comes with 4 DSP microphones and stands that you position one time in the room. You kind of draw out the amount of seating. It shows you where to position the mics. And then they all connect to a mini computer that has a wireless capability in it. And then there's a separate piece that goes on the back of the preamp.
Does it come with a mini computer?
No. So the Aspect EQ system is something sold to dealers to do. It's not.
Oh, so if I bought one, I couldn't do it at home.
No, but you could have somebody do it for you relatively easy. Not really that big a deal. But the reason they do that is because it's an integrator-centric product. I've been talking to them a lot about making it a little, more consumer-friendly, so to speak. But the reason you do that is most of the theater rooms that we do as professional integrators, the equipment doesn't live in the same room, almost never. So now you can take it and you can put that in a different area and then wirelessly transmit that information. So I would say this: I've used pretty much all of the major calibration systems on the market, and there's some really good ones. This one was the closest to what I like each time I've run it, as far as actual what it delivers. You manually set up parameters like crossover point, speaker distance, the duh qualities. I mean, I don't need a computer trying to measure the distance necessarily. And then it takes it from there, and then it saves it into the system. Then it has a really great GUI, operational GUI that you can, a web-based browser, and you can go on there and then make any tweak. So if you want to run REW after or some kind of system, you can make on the fly shifts on calibration levels and whatnot while retaining that original, calibration. It's just really, really simple to use and really, really cool. The thing about it that really caught me off guard was two things. A, the stereo performance. Usually if you get stereo performance right, you usually get everything else right. And B, when I was streaming from Apple TV or a Roku or whatever streaming device, I've got most of them, that the compressed surround that was coming through there, through this Acurus, the steering and the staging literally made it sound like it was uncompressed. Like it was so much better than any pre-pro that I've ever had in my systems, and I've had a bunch of them in there. Night and day. Couldn't believe it. Even my girlfriend at the time heard it. She's like, "Wow, is that a DVD?" I mean, it really, the sound quality and dynamic range on it are phenomenal. The surround steering is great, and to me, that's what matters. I get it up, set it up, calibrate it, boom, and I listen and I watch and I listen. That's what matters, and it's just easy to use.
On those 20 channels, are they preset or you can make them whatever you want?
Some of them you can change, like on the subwoofer side and whatnot. Yes.
Okay.
You can adjust it and do that. So, if you're going to do over 20 channels, you definitely want to go probably the Trent Oliver Storm route, because they make, and those are excellent products. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they're phenomenal. I just think for a little bit less money, it's still expensive. I think it's about 16 grand for the Act 4 20 channel, but it just has a lot to offer. Build quality, aesthetics. It's very flexible and it just sounds great. I don't really need a bunch of the other stuff that's so popular right now. Not there's anything wrong with Progress. And another cool thing about it, it's like a pre-pro for life. You buy one, 6 years down the road, new technologies, Emerge send it back to them, and for a realistic fee, they'll upgrade it for you, and you can continue to have that product for many, many years, which is really cool. Plus, it's
Nice.
an American product, American-made product.
And what speakers are you? Because you got so much different shit, Don. What speakers are you running on that system right now?
Right now, I'm running the Arendal 1528s.
Okay.
I've run the RBH SVTRs. I've had SVSs. I've had Dollies. I mean, a multitude of speakers, vocals. We'll see Brian Hagar. He owns a Trinoff 32, right? And he's a professional. He's an expert. And he heard and went through the process helping me with mine, set it up, and he ordered one for himself. And you see what he's saying. I mean, it is an audiophile surround sound processor. That's what it is. If you want bells and whistles and to be cool and show your French card with the rest of the cool kids, I won't hate on you. But I'm just telling you, there's an alternative out there, and it sounds amazing. I mean, it takes a stream movie from Netflix or whatever and makes it sound like uncompressed audio. I don't know how they do it, but I will. By the time I do my video, I do know. But I mean, I'm saving that for my review. I'm going to do a multi-part review of it, and I just don't. They're just not really the best marketers, and it's a shame because this product absolutely stands shoulder to shoulder, and I'll argue that with anybody with a lot of products out there.
So when you're streaming Brokeback Mountain, you feel like you're in that tent. Is what you're telling me?
Would you?
Yeah.
Your fishing poles aren't even wet. No,
I never watched it before. Is that an actual scene out of it? Holy shit.
Oh, dude, it's classic top 10, man.
I'm going to take a quote from Ace Ventura.
And their amplifiers are phenomenal. They're Pascal module based Class D amps, 200
Nice.
watts a channel and the 8, 400 and a 4, and bridged. I think they're like about 7. This really well made over-engineered, hand-picked components, just great customer service. It's a killer product. Shut, Brian.
Oral 3D.
Yeah.
Oral 3D.
Yeah.
Oral.
Where
Hey,
the
whatever your king, Joseph.
with the transducer cranked up on +10, so you can feel every moment of the movie
Yeah, I think you got 5 per chair. 4 of them are on the feet. The other one's
in your lap.
The risk. every it's always a big risk when you come out and talk about a product that's not.
Oh, I thought you might come out about something else. I'm thinking about something else. Sorry, sir.
Whatever your king, dude. No,
Well,
it's just,
I heard you talk good about it, but I didn't honestly know.
It really, to be honest with you, I've had a lot of pre-pros, heard a lot of pre-pros, set up a ton of them, like the most expensive pre-pro on the planet, right? I did install with that, hands down. And
which one was that?
A Trinoff 32 with the 48 channel extension.
Oh, okay.
Like almost 80 grand for the two. But I gotta tell you, when I hooked this up, calibrated it, and Brian was there, it just blew me away. It's so clean, it's so clear. People are like, oh, it takes too long, or that, whatever it is. Like, really? Like, it's killer.
Who's saying it? Because I haven't heard anybody else really talk about it.
People out there, man. There's always, but it should be talked about more. And I'm going to take it as a personal mission to at least put it out there so people can try it and hear it, because they're doing themselves a great disservice by not. I think it's an audiophile product first before it's just a surround processor. And I like that mentality. If you open it up and look at it, I mean, it's literally, it make an engineer blush. It is really, really well thought out, really well made. So that's all I got to say about that. Watch my video when they come out. You'll see.
There's 2 levels of those. The Muse is 16 channel. The Act 4 is 20. If you didn't want to go top of the line, you could get the Muse.
Yeah, same performance. I think the Muse is like 11 grand, something like that. Same performance, just smaller chassis, less channels. Yeah, and Acurus is always upgrading, always adding new features. Which other companies do. I mean, that's not exclusive to them, but they're keeping it on the cutting edge. People pick up on phrases and terms, and you need this, and forming and blah blah blah. Sure, whatever. I mean, buy what you want, man. Buy what you like. I'm just going to report on this product.
Yeah, it's funny. People just talking about that, people are like, oh, why do I need a low tune sub or Atmos or whatever? I'm like, I'm not saying you do, but if you want to experience it, come by, and either you love it, hate it, or you think it's worth your time or money. And just at least I've experienced so many things that I cannot afford, but I can appreciate. So, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of products in the market. I've heard a lot of Trinoffs, heard a lot of Storms, never owned either in my own systems, but I heard them on some pretty boss systems out there, and they kick ass. They're great. And I'm not sitting here saying you shouldn't buy that product. All I'm saying is that the Acurus is a product that needs attention. It needs to be an option for people.
It needs to be in the same conversation, pretty much.
It should. It really should. They just their business model was selling it through integrators, and of course, Storm and Trinoff are no different. But you see a lot of private individuals that have them, and you can do the same thing with Acurus. You got to buy a Trinoff from a dealer. You got to buy an Acurus from a dealer. It's just good stuff, man. I would, and of course they have Aragon, which is their higher end 2-channel stuff, Class A BMs, but really, really, really high end, very expensive. Their 2-channel pre-pros is amazing. I'd love to get my hands on one of those one day, but I like Joseph said, to find products that are kind of underdogs. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that like RBH, RBH, we always said was the best kept secret in audio. They make a phenomenal speaker, great speakers, and they'll make anything custom for you. They do a lot of really cool stuff, and they're wonderful people, but they don't have the marketing budget. They don't have magazine articles and, paid shills. No, they make a great product. I mean, Shane Lee did his whole theater in RBH and loves it. And he gets a ton of product in. You know, the Arendal 1528s are stupid good speakers, stupid good, especially in this bigger room I'm in now. They've really opened up, you know, a tremendous value. And so I've hung my hat. I'm like, hey, this is a great product. I'm going to promote it and talk about it because it's cool. I like it. I have it in my house. I own it. I use it every day. You know, it doesn't mean other products are bad. This means I think this combination of value, aesthetics, performance, and the ability to play loud make it a really, really enticing thing. I reviewed the SVS Pinnacle, you know, their flagship, you know, 37 names to it. That's a killer speaker. It really is. It's a good speaker. It plays loud. It's clean. You know, I mean, little dip here, this and that. I mean, if you want a nitpick like that, that's you. But I enjoyed my time with those before I sent them back.
So Joseph, when are we gonna hear some more thoughts on your new stuff? Are you going live? You go live on Saturdays, don't you? In the afternoon usually.
Yeah, usually 4 or 5, maybe 5 or 6 in the evening. Get everything sort of situated, spend some time with stuff, get some ideas. It's like my mind's got to populate what I'm about to say, and the energy kind of hits, and then I'll kind of go with it. But yeah, that stuff should probably be set up by tomorrow. Hopefully everything working correctly, because today was just unboxing it.
Yeah.
And then from there, the next couple of weeks are going to be busy, though, giving that I have to retune the room because now I have bookshelves and subs instead of the towers. So that integration has got to get dialed in a little bit. If I'm... With pardon?
Did you do unboxing videos?
Only because I had nothing else to do.
Oh, I was like, dude, that I just can't get my mind wrapped around.
Yeah, it was fun.
People, I know, but people want to see people unbox something like that. I mean, like, wow.
Some channels, that's their best videos.
Okay.
Most of the people that showed up to my live stream were waiting to see my feet, so whatever.
I mean, literally, I go to a video and they start unboxing video. I'm like, screw this. I don't want.
Yeah, I don't do it for that reason. I'm you know, I showed off my pants. I showed off the top of my bald head. I showed off my feet. I shot,
right,
you know, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, later on in the private chat, things are going to be really popping off. And people are just waiting for me to get finished with this so I can come back and shake my ass for them. The unboxing's just the bait, man. Come on. It's what's in the box that matters. What's in the box?
Oh, now you lose.
That's just to trick YouTube into thinking, oh, this guy talking about nothing. And
exactly. See, he's clean. This is safe for work. We can promote this and put some ads on it. No problem. Meanwhile, people know the code.
Hey, it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Wait, hey, appreciate you guys taking an hour out of your evening, and everybody that's joined in on the chat or watching us. I'm going to be live tomorrow night with Michael Stevens, Youth Man, to help kind of continue the celebration. Same thing. We'll be on for about an hour just talking about YouTube and events we got going on and coming up. But definitely these guys, if you get into the kind of conversations that we're having now, check these guys out, subscribe, because we have these conversations all the time. Sometimes they're with ourselves, sometimes they're with friends. But you guys have a great Friday night. Thanks for
coming. Can I say one thing real quick, please?
What do you want to do?
I just want. May I say one thing real quick?
Is it rated R at least?
No. I love Joseph. Joseph is probably one of the most sincere human beings I've ever met, and you know he really cares, and he's trying to do a lot of stuff. Scott,
paid shill. Oh, sorry.
You've done so much, you know, in that, you know, avenue that you pursued on that. Michael is a dear friend and just a great human being. You know, there's a lot of really good people out there. They're not paid shows. I mean, everybody's got to make a living, you know. I mean, my crew at Audioholics and Teo and Gene and, you know, Pose and you know, Lark James. There's a lot of really good people that care. They're not paid shows. I mean, you know, they're just trying to get out the word on products to people, man. And I don't understand the hate, but you know, there you go. Randy, the Youth Man, not Youth Man, Cheap Audio Man. Sorry, Michael. Randy's a really fantastic dude. Got to hang out with him a couple times, have dinner. I mean, you know,
Well,
it's
to
a
me,
guy.
you're wasting your time. If you're just watching somebody because you want to be critical and have a bad time
Yeah,
and act
yeah,
like a piece of
yeah.
crap, well, that's
You're-
a sorry waste of your own time. I'm
Don't be
sorry
a
that
dick.
you would want to live your
Like,
life
you
that
know,
way.
just because you have a camera and a mic and the internet, don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
Like if you have to run other people in the ground to get attention, dude, you're doing it wrong. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's not an audio problem. That's a mental health problem.
You
In
think?
public service announcement, I'm tired of everybody that makes comments on my videos about hearing protection. We understand you joined a group called Base Brings Us Together. We understand that what we're doing is not safe, but I can't tell you how many people have messaged me and be like, can't believe that woman in your life is sitting in those cars or in those rooms. And my only response is, if she learned to make sandwiches better, I wouldn't put her through all the pain. And
Okay.
yeah, so you did, Don.
Keyboard
Don,
keyboard
at least
warrior fuel. Bring it. Come on.
1 to 6 people a day will message me about how unsafe law base is for you. And all I say is, do you realize what channel that you subscribe to? It would be like me
No.
saying, I'm going to join a running channel and I'm going to tell everybody they're stupid for running. Like the channel's called Running Brings Us Together. And I'm like, why are you guys running all the time?
Yeah, I would pay to see that. You'd run, you
Well, how
call
much
it
would you pay?
around the block in 80 days. You know, like.
No, Scott just runs trains. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Yeah.
God. All right, I'm out of here. Peace out. Love you.
All right, man.
Seriously.
All
Don't
right,
get on
everybody. We'll see you guys later. Catch Joseph tomorrow. Catch me tomorrow. Catch Don down at Chippendales.